what's going on? Welcome back to the road trip. Manchester United taking on Fulham at Craven Cottage this afternoon. First away game of the season, and we need our first 3 points of the season. Nothing less is what we're demanding. I've seen the presser, I've seen Ruben talking about intensity and doing the right things. He says that we can't control the result. You kind of can, but I get his point. You can't control the result, but we can control doing all the basics well. Playing with intensity, having urgency, trying to hunt the ball back quickly enough, making runs in behind, looking after the ball, not surrendering possessions and just doing things quicker. Do you know what I'm saying? So I rate that because that's what we want to see. And now's the time. All that talking, all of that positivity that we had after that Arsenal loss, me included, I took the positives. But now these lot need to show us that we were valid. We were justified in taking them positives because the thought process behind how we played against Arsenal and taking them ingredients of how we performed even though we lost. The thought process is going into games like today, when you're playing teams like Fulham and Burnley respectively next week, etc., etc. If you play more games in that manner, you'll win more football matches. And that's what we need to see transpire today. It's as simple as that. If we have this game today and all of a sudden we're not running, all of a sudden we're not winning the ball back, we're not making runs, we're not creating, you know, our approach to the game is all wrong and how it was last year, it proves that last week was just phony. It does. It proves that last week was just because it's Arsenal. You can get up for it. It's Old Trafford, this, that, and the third. And like you say, like we always say, we still lost the game. But I don't feel like that though. I will say that. Obviously, if they show me something different, we'll discuss it. But I do feel like they're going to play the game in the right way. And Ruben made a good point. It was only pre-season, but sort of the first game from pre-season, take out Leeds, but of the tour, was reminiscent, and the Bournemouth game was reminiscent of what we did against Arsenal. Probably, even Arsenal was probably a step up from that. But I saw similarities in some of the stuff we were doing on pre-season versus what we did in the first game against Arsenal, because actually that was the ask then. It's all good doing it against Bournemouth in America. It's all nice. You know what I'm saying? It's a friendly, no pressure. You looked all right. You looked good. But what are you saying against Arsenal, are one of the best teams in the league at home? And yes, we did lose, but we saw a lot of what we want to see going forward from a lot of individuals. So that was good. So if we play like that against Fulham, firstly, there's a high chance that you win the game, you know, just by the inferiority of the opposition to Arsenal compared to the first game of the season. But also there's a better chance of us looking at our team and saying, right, this is our new identity. That's what I'm looking for early doors this season. I want to establish this new look identity. Again, I go back to Spurs, right? 17th last season, beat us in the Europa League final. They look at the performance they put in against Man City. And you can say that, oh, they always do that against City because they've got a good record even under and, which is partly true. But what you've seen from Thomas Frank immediately, I watched his press conference afterwards as well. He's talking about he believes in that front-footed nature. He believes in that press, that aggressive nature, even in defending. It's the best way to defend. It's more fun to defend than just sitting there and soaking up pressure, etc. So they're going for it, and he's got different game plans for different games. We don't have different game plans for different games. We're only going to have one way, but that one way needs to start working. Team news. Listen, Amorim spoke glowingly again about Benjamin Sesko. Kind of really, really positive, leading towards maybe he's going to start. I know I said on the preview I don't think he will. Having seen what I've seen in the press conference, do I revoke that statement? I'd love to see him start. That's what he's here for. This is what we bought Benjamin Sesko for. But I don't know. Amorim, listen, he was talking positively about the first week and said, he's physically ready, etc., etc., but didn't start him. Arsenal at home, okay, you give him a bye. I just thought personally that Amorim really liked what the front three was doing with Mason Mount, Cunha and Mbeumo, and he loves Mason Mount. I just don't know if he's going to drop him for this game. I don't know. I hope I'm wrong. You lot in the chat probably saying, no way, Flex. He definitely starts Sesko. And listen, I hope he does, because that's why we bought the kid and he looks like he's ready to go. I don't know. With Ruben, you're just never quite sure. You know what I'm saying? You're never quite sure. So I hope I'm wrong on that. In goal, what's going to happen? Onana's travelled as well. So I mean, look, I think he's going to be back in goal. Of course, Sonny Lemons seems like he's on his way in to Manchester United. Whatever that looks like when he gets here, how much game time he'll get, how much he'll push Onana. If he does arrive at Man United, we'll see. But that proves that they're clearly not happy in the goalkeeping department. Otherwise, they wouldn't be signing a new one. So that's music to my ears. But I think Onana will probably come in today. We want to see... I don't want to see no mistakes. We don't want to see any mistakes as well. And in terms of Fulham, listen, like I said, I spoke to my Fulham mate, Jake. Shout out, Jake. And, you know, they're announcing chefs. They're announcing caterers ahead of new players. They haven't got any new players last time I checked. Pretty much the same team as last year, which... listen, on one side of it, you can say they haven't kicked on, they haven't improved, but actually Fulham as an outfit under Marco Silva are a decent outfit and always difficult to play against. I think Owen said in the match preview that I think we've won the last 8 times there. So, all right, we've got a very good record at Craven Cottage. We always come away with 3 points in the last 8 seasons, I think it is. But especially the last 2 to 3 games away at Craven Cottage, they're not easy watches, and I want to put that to bed today. How nice would it be, first away game of the season after a good performance against Arsenal, even though we lost, to just be like, right, we're off the mark. We're off the mark, and we're off the mark deservedly. Good game, didn't concede any goals, no stupid mistake. We played with intensity, and the confidence starts to grow. I'm looking at Cunha, I'm looking at Mbeumo, looking at these 2 guys to improve upon last week. They kept getting into fantastic positions, so I don't look at them and just think they're going to be kept quiet. I don't feel that. But can we add a Benjamin Sesko into that and just give us that front line that we all want to see and let it kick on? Defensively, I thought we were excellent, aggressive in the fullbacks. Can Ahmad get a start? Again, depending on Ruben, you just don't know what he's like. He likes Ahmad maybe from the bench. We have to wait and see. Kobbie Mainoo, what happens with him? He said that, Ruben said that even Casemiro's running faster. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, what happens? I just want to see us play the game in the right way. It's as simple as that, because this stuff about how good we were against Arsenal is going to mean absolutely nothing if we start falling away from the pack. Now, I know at the top of the table, look, Tottenham got 2 wins, Arsenal got 2 wins, Liverpool play on Monday, etc. There's a lot going on, but you don't want that sense of feeling. I know, listen, we ain't going to be in the title race, but you don't want that sense of feeling of sort of being 6 points behind already. You just don't want that. Yes, all right, the teams that we're actually going up against for 5th and 6th and trying to get in there, that's who we're really looking at. But I aim high. For me, I'm looking to try and keep pace for as long as possible before we fall off from the likes of Chelsea, Liverpool, City. Even though they got a loss and a win now, they've only got 3 points, so we could match them. Like, I just want to be in and around the better teams for as long as possible, because again, if you do that, it means you're doing the right things, and then you never know what your possibilities are. Your possibilities are endless if you just keep with the pack, keep with the pack. What you don't want is that negative, oh, you're playing all right, but you've played 2 games, you've got 0 points. Then you play Burnley at home, they stink it out, you get a draw. Going into international break, you've got, Chelsea and City after that. Like, we need these 2 games. They must be wins. We have to beat Fulham and we have to beat Burnley, and then that'll be a decent return going into the international break. So yes, you see my prediction. I think we've got a 2-1 win. I still don't trust us defensively to keep that clean sheet. I hope I'm wrong on that. I hope there's a drop off from Fulham, a sort of lethargy. There's no freshness about the place, but they're always a difficult outfit to play against. So smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'm out of it. Peace.